You're back. Good. What can I help you with? You have? And how did you like Mr.
Finally, time to choose sides.
What? I am afraid you...
And if it were a conflict, the RCM would not pick sides. My colleague's unusual approach to police work does not represent the organization.
Well, I can't stop you, can I? Just understand that I don't How could I stop you?
Intellectually speaking, it would be quite interesting to hear what she has to say about these things.
Oh.
The lieutenant looks at you, and you can swear he's able to
Unconventional police officers sometimes lose their guns. They then go...
Incredible. Simply incredible. Well, maybe... Of course. Until then, is there anything I can help you with? Quite. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake...
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41, Detective Dubois. I'm afraid Harry doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
Oh, and what happened to yours, Detective? I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode? Oh dear. I suppose this does explain some of the more curious turns in our...
She must have been suspect.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathize.
She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement. She's a negotiator. Just float a favor at her. Insimi.
I will be frank with you. If I'm going to...
You're in, but it's...
Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open secret in Martinez. The Union controls the terminal, so it goes to reason.
They're profiting from this trade.
The company has tried looking into this matter before, to no avail. Perhaps someone with your authority and resources. Or you can recover your badge, though if I may be blunt with you, it sounds like that may be a lost cause.
Detective, a word in prep.
Indirect modes of taxation. Turns out, Those Financial Oversight Committee gangsters stuffed millions of hard-earned dividends away in the last place anyone thought to look. The hearts and minds of everyday Rivasholians. You need to spread that deregulation gospel to the people. Tell them about that foreign fair tax. Preach that 98% gross burden. Preach it, preacher man. Set the brothers free. Taxes are racist.
This is not going quite as I hoped it would. Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and not volunteer us to be her henchmen. This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she No. If there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her... Oh, that would be fantastic, but...
The situation might have changed drastically.
You could...
It's quite straightforward. Someone is using Terminal B. Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff. Yes. After they clear the terminal, we lose track. The actual production is taking place at various sites in and around Jamrock Quarter, north of here.
Wildpine seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade, ma'am. Do you mean to say the Union also produces the product? Sells drugs, I mean?
We're in logistics. It's our business to know. And no. As far as the company knows, the Union does not produce it. They transport the ingredients for a cut. Yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrat and the Dockworkers Union. Still.
The handoff. The motor lorries at the roundabout.
Precisely. Someone needs to move the ingredients from the hub.
How convenient that they're stranded.
Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just...
Her irises are like...
I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you. No. We asked East Motor Track to raise the drawbridge. The road... This is a limited time opportunity. Once the complaint has been processed, thousands of litres of raw ingredients will pour onto the streets of Rev...
Well, at least...
What is that?
Why I had to call East Motor Track and beg them to open a drawbridge for me. I'd wandered since I first drove in, on my motor carriage.
I am sorry for the inconvenience, Lieutenant Kisaragi, but we did, on more than one occasion. Apparently...
We know the company has launched its own probe into the Union's alleged involvement.
Well, here's your chance, officers. How do you think they're financing this strike?
There was a shakedown of local business.
With all due respect to these desert cacti, the contents of a few cash registers. Precisely. Smuggled out of that very gate at night, most likely, then loaded onto lorries and driven to Jamrock. You simply need to find one driver who will open up to you. The two might even be connected.
Or not. Though, if you have it.
As eager as I am to share it, Lieutenant, once the job is done. Yes? Excellent. According to my reports, there are at least 3 lorry drivers. It may come to nothing, or it may just blow the case wide open. I can keep the drawbridge up for a few more days at least. You should have the time you need. In the meantime, let me know if there's any other way I may be of assistance.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out tool.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Yes. The armor was produced by Fairweather. It was part of a special order for Corps de Pharmacie, a security firm contracted to protect the interests of Oranese pharmaceutical companies in the Semenine conflict. So, it seems the armor went to Semenine. That's where the paper trail ends, though. Even the firm has proven difficult. The most recently registered firm that the ICP has been able to connect to the CDP...
A suit of armor like this would have been manufactured with a particular person's physique in mind. You should ask for whom this suit was fitted.
Yes, but the ICP tends to be reluctant to share private sector records. Sure. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully I will have more information for you then. 57.
In the cabin, you see a set of...
Looking for something, Hunt? Drugs? They're shit, man. I don't let anything pollute my body. You know where that shit comes from? Sarah Miriza, Safre, Ilmara. They take the money. They know they can't beat us in a fair fight. So they have to get us to weaken ourselves somehow. It's racial sabotage. Racial economic sabotage. I don't go for that foreign piss. Proper booze is made in Mundi. Not in, not out. I'll never... I don't know shit. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you. What do you think? I can't leave the lorry unguarded. Stuff's been getting looted lately. It's those little...
There was a bunch of spilled boxes in the back of a big lorry nearby.
Yeah, I knew that guy. He was an honest driver who loved this country. We were having a... Since he left, I haven't had anyone to talk to. It's a fucking travesty, is what it is. Isn't it obvious? Fucking Sealang, that beady-eyed South Samaran. He's a Samaran guy who likes to pretend he's some kind of businessman. Or he just follows the smell. It smells like...
Yes, yes.
Looks like I offended your partner there. Too bad. His tribe are natural liars. It's in their blood.
I wouldn't be so sure about it. Not until we've heard what Sealang himself has to say.
Guess so.
The tear machine stands in the corner. Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a rich...
Hello. Sure, let me have a look. I'm not purchasing any more clothing at the moment. Oh,
You have absolutely no idea what aphotic baths are.
anything else you're thinking of selling? Another time, perhaps.
G'day.
A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His posture is relaxed. Despite his powerful build and a knife in his hand, this man resorts to physical intimidation only infrequently, if...
My friend Barry the Butcher is stuck on the other side of the waterlock. I'm keeping him company.
From the corner of your eye, you see a man in a yellow shirt.
Very good stuff. Anything I can do for you, officer? I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Revachol. Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here. Especially a water...
This is the waterlock on the Martinez Canal. It has to be the same waterlock Lena mentioned, the one her husband crossed on his expedition.
I haven't seen any cryptologists.
We should probably go tell Lena. Take a load off her mind.
Well, there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish market, a bizarro church. Yeah, not really much else. Just sure thing.
It is salty. It is savory. It is chewy.
Want some too, officer?
Why not?
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this. This panel usually closes the waterlock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. You pull the lever all the way up. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. A spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the waterlock to get across the canal. Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday? You pull the... Nothing happened. A spring brings... Wasn't there a sign... There's a pile of cheap...
You like sunglasses, officer? I've got the latest style.
Stylish shades, huh? They'd be even more stylish if you paid for them with net worth. Abort. These are hideous. What's more, they don't even...
Damn, officer! You look like a mega secret spy. Where...
It's going to be very difficult for...
No, you are definitely not. No, I can't. We can't walk around with you looking like this. Okay, fine.
Abort. It's going to...
No,
A good starter pair, officer. And when you're ready to upgrade...
These are all boring. Those UV stickers are almost certainly just there for the
These are all first-rate sunglasses. Premium design, superb material, very cool. Oh, very interesting choice, officer.
This is how a sea monster sees the world. Alright, but these actually make your vision worse. It's like literally being underwater.
Wow, officer. And they can be yours for a mere 3 riyal.
The lieutenant tilts his head, and steps back, eyes narrowed in a thorough exam.
You look like a musician.
A man who knows his style.
These are all those UV.
These are all first.
You see a Samaran street vendor surrounded by a motley assemblage of goods. When he realizes you're looking at him, his face breaks into a wide, welcoming. The name Sileng is embroidered over his breast pocket.
Happy shopping, officer. Everything's cool. The goods are cool. The customers are cool. The place is cool. You're very cool.
You feel a twitch in your index fingers. There's a finger shootout a brewing.
Don't shoot, officer. Have we gotten a good one, officer? You're a funny guy. Now what can I do? Then fire away, officer. Me? It's a boring story, officer. Who cares about...
This man probably comes from Seaguy, sometimes known as the Apricot Suzerainty, an archipelago in the Samaran Isola. Apricot Suzerainty calls to mind an era when the Seaguy archipelago was colonized by Revachol. It's a bit of a slur, in other words.
Very cool. I admire your awareness of our intertwined histories. It's super nice of you to apologize for colonialism. But the Apricot Suzerainty is a shithole. That's why I left. If you say so, officer, I don't worry too much about politics. I'm an entrepreneur, you know. Whatever's good for business is good for me.
Start with a little compliment, then work your way up.
Oh, okay. An investment? What kind of investment? I guess it can't be any riskier than speculating in exotic derivative. What? Only a fiver? You can't even buy a pack of Royal X. 10 Real is a bargain for that kind of investment. You got it, my man. Drugs? Unless you're into drugs, of course. In which case, drugs are excellent. Mwah! Tasty, tasty drugs. That's very cool. A lot of the coolest detectives.
Sir, it appears to be true. No drugs in sight. Not in the box of sunglasses or under the speakers.
That's even cooler. You investigating that and all?
A blatant lie, sire. Yet he tells it with such conviction. We believe.
Who said that? It's the fat racist, right? I bet. No, I just said I work hard.
Realizing he can't get out of it. Smart man.
Okay, maybe I'm a lorry driver too. A little. But that's not the most important thing about me. That's my day job. This is... No, I just forgot. It's such a small part of my life. It's in the rear view mirror now. No! That's insane. It's the fat hater. He's been... Nothing. I told you. Crowd.
No, he wasn't talking about an abstract crowd. It was that crowd.
Shush, please. There's bad people doing bad things here. That's all I know.
Here we go. There's a tiny bit of truth on the table. Zoom in on it.
It's a she, okay? The other drivers call her the lady driver. You're better off staying away from her. The way they talk about her, she's no lady. I don't know. Maybe. If she is, I haven't gone near her. I don't get involved. I told you.
He's not ruling her out.
All of them. I don't know.
Who exactly is talking about this lady driver of yours? The racist?
All of them. Even the ones who've left. I don't hang out with them. I don't remember who has tattoos. All right. I scored. Let's cap this off with a purchase. You can walk away from here with...
There are clothes inside.
Don't be shy. These...
How about some premium class service over here? Like, save the economy? That sounds off.
Haven't you heard, officer? We've got to be economically conscious. Recycle your cash, keep it in circulation. Don't... Look around, officer. You see all these premium... Is this really the economy we want to leave to our children? I can't go extinct, officer. I've got kids to feed. Once an economy goes extinct, it messes up the whole ecosystem. You got to think about the consequences.
You find your hands deep in tattered and... The box smells like cat piss. Or like an...
Economical, but also trendy. Look firsthand.
Something cold grazes your hand. Synthetic and sleek. A windbreaker. Surf, it says. But...
Good choice, officer. Mega sport. Gotta prepare for springtime, right?
The front of this quarter, to your disappointment, that after the magazine is divided into separate... It's just a racist. You see two lowly, defeated speakers, thralls, slaves basically, perched atop them like conquerors surveying.
I can see you were taste for...
Speaking of luxury, you should go... A pair of Faun Ultras. The design is impossibly sleek and...
Those sneakers, mister. Those sneakers are the...
Only Falun Ultra. We're the future. These once respectable speakers have been conquered. A small heat emboss on the veneer reads, Solidarity Aid.
No, don't look at the speakers, officer. Look at the sneakers. Then look at them again. These are the... No way, officer. These aren't for sale. Well, but see, they are the pedestal for my sneakers. If I let go of the speakers, if, on the other hand, you wanted to buy...
Damn, so you have to buy the sneakers.
Still here, stuck in this damn... Huh? Oh. No, I ain't got any money. They don't want to pay for unfinished work. The bosses, man. Makes sense. It sucks is what it does. I don't want to talk about that. Man, I was hoping she'd catch a break. All I can say is, she isn't around here anymore. She isn't some mastermind evil. Thank God I don't know. People here call her the Lady Driver.
Again, not a lie as far as you...
A friend? An acquaintance? I don't know. She was the only person in this damn jam I could talk to. She's someone I don't want to rat out to the law, okay? A youngish woman. Blue and...
What color hair?
Then she may have dyed it again.
Damn, I don't want to... Please just let it go. That's how it always is with you, isn't it? All part of the investigation. The girl's
It won't come to that. We won't pursue her on this. This is information only.
I don't believe you. I just can't, man. I'm not naive. She's got the darkness in her. That young person's darkness when...
She shared this with...
Yes. Which is why I don't want to snitch on her. It's snitching, man. I know what it is. I heard the rumors. I saw the other drivers looking at me strange when we talked. And she told me, too, that she...
Did this...
Well, it looks like it did now. But we didn't talk about that. We talked about life, you know? She talked about her mind. The way it worked. The trouble it was giving her. Fuck, man. Go grill someone else with these questions, okay?
He's right. There are other options. The raceman, for one. The grey hair. Wait, this guy says they're friends. Then, acquaint. Now is not the time to focus on feelings. You need that info, son.
Fine. I don't want to be a butcher. And I don't want to be a knight either. I just want to be a person who can sleep at night. You're not going to put a bullet in your head if you blow it, are you? Because she's on the edge, man. Thank you, friend. Wow.
Looking for something, Aunt? I don't know what you're talking about. He did something. He stole his employer's goods. I don't think you're as down with our fight as you'd like me to believe, brother. What? Listen up, fuckwits. You don't scare me. You cubs don't run Revachol West.
No. He means La Puta Madre.
A legendary, and not in a good way, crime boss from Jamrock. Controls what is probably the most powerful organized crime outfit in Revachol West.
Yeah, him.
Then I presume you are...
Yeah, they're his little bitches.
Not just the unions. He has peonies everywhere.
The lieutenant adopts a rodentine quality. Be cool, sire.
You're not peonies. You wouldn't be investigating a drug thing.
No, of course not. We are not peonies. But if we were, and one of Madre's drivers were to be stealing from him, then it's a good peony's job to find out who that is.
He's surprisingly good at this.
It's not a hard job. It won't take a long time. It won't make Padre Madre angry. But a stupid fucking racist is standing in the way, protecting this fucking thief.
I'm not scared of you or the mob.
You've seen that corpse in the ceramic arm?
Nah, you wouldn't just leave him out there if you...
The lieutenant. Be careful. This man's still got some fight in him, by the looks of it. It won't be easy to break him.
Looking for something, Aunt? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
Men like this only respect two things: strength and fear. Time to turn up the volume.
Fuck you, I told you.
There. His voice grows smaller as yours.
Fucking homo cop. Look, fuck you, man. It's some lorry down there. Green, banged up thing. I don't fucking know who she is.
When?
I don't know. I don't even know her name. She just rolls with the fleet and acts like a big shot. Some dyke, probably. I haven't even seen her for days. Past the monument, down there. The Green Temple. Now, leave me the fuck alone, okay?
A small temple by the monument. Green. Let's get into that lorry.
This screen found, A to Z, Contemporary, is parked in the shadow of the ruins looming overhead. It's seen better days.
This must be the one he told us about.
The glass on the side windows is tinted and cut. The door is locked. The handle looks shiny. There's no picking this lock. The owner...
Use the pry bar to smash the window. Open it from the inside. This has been hard enough. No need to make it any harder.
This screen found, A to Z, contemporary. Pry bar in hand. You take a goddamn maggot. Drag your ass to the... Looks like the window might be shatterproof. You may have to rethink your...
No, it's not shatterproof.
He smashes it into the window. Droplets of glass fly everywhere, shatter...
It went better than I expected. Open it from the inside.
smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. The cabin inside is plastered with old movie posters. These are movie posters featuring starlets from long-forgotten films from the 20s, the teens, even the 90s of the last century. One of them particularly catches your eye, a centerfold of an ingenue attached right above the... There's definitely perfume in the air. It's spicy, with a hint of amberette, wafting through the bitter air of the cabin. The remnants of a sweet juniper-scented perfume, probably Grenade No. 5. The actress is draped in a sheath dress, one of her shoulders bared. This is Tijon, a starlet from the dawn of cinematography, less known for her talent than her tragic, untimely death. She wasted away in a drug den called Door to the River, not far from here, on Boogie Street, a mixture of cocaine and morphine. She was afraid. The actresses and the rear actor all smile you a warm. Looks like the frequency dial is absent.
Strange. There are so many radio stations saved here. Must be over 100 at least. No, that's on 7... What? I happen to have committed the frequency to memory. For contacting an entire fleet of lorrymen, for example. This looks like we are dealing with an impressive organizational tool.
A 20-kilometer radius at least, perhaps extended by an attachable antenna that's not here right now. The smell of 1,000 cigarettes. You wedge yourself under the steering wheel to get a better look. Seems like the few tools lying around here, but one odd detail does catch your eye. Sandpaper adds extra grip.
Sandpaper? A novel technique? Yes? Which means that the missing lady driver was present at the lynching. We've identified one of the footprints.
The movie stars are still smiling. A metallic drawer slides out from the seat. It's an issue of Petit Ferique from last Wednesday. A piece of paper falls out from its pages. It looks like an article ripped out from a radio enthusiast magazine. Complex mathematical equations explain the basics of something called the Ulan frequency system.
The Ulan frequency system? I've never heard of that before. I know of FM, AM, UKV.
It's an issue. It looks like an...
The Ulan
The pull-out tool slides back into its closed...
Great. I think we got everything. A word? All right, we've finished here. Let's quickly debrief and go over... Honestly, I'm especially intrigued by...
This means it's well...
I'm not sure what the Ulan frequencies are all about, but they may hold some significance. Perhaps it's a better way to connect between fleets while avoiding frequency bleed, or maybe it's used to tap into RCM networks. As elegant as they... Yes, well... We didn't find anything conclusive linking them. My suggestion is, we use it against the Union in any way we...
In short, this is a future angle.
We should return to the murder case, see what Joyce tells us about the lynching. When we are done for the day, I call my station and suggest our knock. There are more than enough grounds to start an official investigation, sometime later when we are done here. We do not want to get... The fact that one hasn't started already gives me pause. An investigation, I mean. All the same, I don't like the idea of internal affairs descending on the...
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? Not an umbrella, I hope. I don't need one myself, you see. Sadly, I need... What? Yes, my eyes on the harbor have sent word to that effect. What have you discovered? It doesn't...
One of the tall buildings overlooking the roundabout.
In any case, it's a relief to know someone...
If there is an investigation, it will be part of an ongoing...
Of course, detectives. I wouldn't normally break protocol like this, but the situation...
The words bloodbath sound cold in her mouth. They taste of iron and strawberries.
Yes.
Since you are sharing, ma'am.
Then we're on the same page, as grim as it may be. I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they elected to deploy a private military contractor as an insurance measure. They called it my security detail. Every worker a member of the board. I tried to convince my employer it was simply a piece of rhetoric and not a serious demand, but the stridency of it seems to have spooked them. Absolutely not. These mercenaries are...
Who are they, exactly?
Crenel, an Oranese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. To be frank, our relationship is deteriorating. They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and years of combat experience. They also have trauma and stressor disorder, and no idea how to conduct themselves in an urban civilian environment.
So
The story is, one of them, the Colonel, I don't know his real name, he was taken out behind the whirling in nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbor. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there. The remaining 2 Crenel contractors carry out their orders, for now. It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the
what is the nature of this so-called investigation?
whether to execute one, some, or all of the Union militants. It is very far from disco. My only hope is that you provide a single, concrete suspect before the mercenaries indiscriminately pick theirs. If you don't pin this on someone good, and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the...
The débardeurs have over 2,000...
Have you ever seen a hornet invade a beehive?
The Seraï's giant hornet, the world's 2nd largest insect, can kill 40 honeybees a minute, while
These men work in tandem using semi- and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons, even yours. Most Union workers don't have guns at all.
the muzzle loaders need to be reloaded after every 1 or 2 shots. The automatics every 1 or 2 minutes.
As I said, a bloodbath. Many bleak scenarios have already come true. Nameless, badgeless detective of this. All we can do is keep the rest from going the same way. One single concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this situation. Not much. Their public resume is relatively good. As far as private military... They boast a long list of clients. Saint-Baptiste, Welchman-Lorenz, Eintracht, a warning sign.
Meaning they're you.
Yes. All the good conflict Sadly, no. If you still have access...
Do you know a lot?
In my line of work, it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the RCN. I have. And they will. However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit out in the field here. Until they do, it's all on us.
She's being truthful. She is pressing them as hard as she can.
Or he didn't. This is information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal. I cannot testify by it. The remaining contractors, their tribunal, it's what they believe. That the man was killed because he assaulted a local...
The lieutenant consult.
Odd. We haven't heard any report.
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rag. Either way, he's alleged to have sexually... That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's a rumor. About a rumor. In any case, it's what the Colonel's remaining colleagues believe. If you mean did I see him alive, yes, but I did not know him. Lely, his service name, a nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. Only one of them did. A bad sign if there ever was one. One is a man, Corty, they call him, a nickname as well. The other a woman, Phyllis de...
What would you say was his eye color, the deceased's?
She closes her eyes, trying to picture the man's face, then shakes her head.
I can't remember.
The lieutenant was testing her, asking a small detail first to see if she knew.
That's all right, man.
He was 40. Or 50. It's hard to say which.
Indeed, this matches the dental reconstruction we...
He was, Occidental, I think. In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it. Through the injury. That's all I know. They've gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilant. You're likely to run into them eventually. When that happens, I'll be in a better position.
One is obviously the scab leader at the harbour gates. The one chanting the idiotic slogans. He's barely maintaining his disguise. The other has a vantage point in a building south of the roundabout. They were keeping tabs on you while you were canvassing the lorry drive.
That may be so.
For all your talk of averting this catastrophe, the situation at...
Of course it bothers me, Lieutenant. But
Your concern may be appearances. Ours is keeping the peace.
that would afford a good vantage point. In any case, it's practically inaccessible.
Where is your radio for contacting them, if I may ask? Do you have an earpiece?
Heavens no. I'm not an undercover agent. There's a short wave at the ship's wheel. I hope I can answer it better. Until the executions start? Truthfully, I don't know. It depends on their progress identifying the members of the lynch mob and their impatience.
They don't report...
Not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this it's a matter of days, not weeks. I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. Of course. Excuse...
For about...
It was taken with a frigate not long ago. This is the man's upper body.
Her mouth is relaxed.
Sorry. I was trying to see. I can't. But that's how you read this story. The points themselves. Close. Port cities. This is an Oronese map of the waterways, a sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the Dolores. The sailor's soul would use it to fly back home if they should die abroad. This is a sort of contraption to be reeled back in by. The silver cord, they would call it. Quite a few. Vredefort, the Oronese.
What now?
Then he made his way to the Preto Grande, through what I think must be the Stutz Revachol. Those are the two constants. Vredefort on the shoulder, and Revachol in the heart.
The old, old world passing by, and the new, new world already here.
You said you can't read it.
I can't. This man was no sailor, and these are no ports. I can understand geographic fragments, but not their meaning.
Vredefort? Vredefort has a military academy.
That makes sense to me. We have no more use for a map of the waterways, just like we don't need sailors the way we used to.
For all the boys looking for adventure, a blood spatter on the seas.
His platoon members? The other contractors. Though I do not suggest you go and show them that picture. This man was their friend and comrade.
Surely there are other people to ask about the tattoo. This is not necessary to complete the task, officer. It's...
Do what you have to do, Detective. I don't think deciphering that tattoo should come before...
We will be careful, ma'am.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Let me handle this. You are far from home, Lieutenant. That's right. I'm not a gardener. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union.
Not a muscle move.
You are looking for Titus Hardy, who you think has information on a murder the RCM is investigating. You want to interview. That's Titus. Talk to him, but know this. I'll be keeping an...
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her. Could this be the Miss Beaufort that Easy Leo mentioned? The one Mr. Everard sent to law school?
I suggest not wasting time on trivial pleasantries and focusing on why you are actually here. Titus Hardy.
Even though she has excellent control over herself, something moved behind her eyes, in the way she stands, in her face.
You are not here to chat up the legal counsel. Like I already told you, I'm a legal counselor. What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. What are we going to do to you? The union isn't going to do. If anything, it is the RCM who do things to people. Aggressive, you make your living.
Just dock workers. Do dock work.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing.
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders. No one is emotional here.
This is where you say you're a bit.
He and his men carry themselves like giants.
Detective.
Hey, dipshit. You hard of hearing?
Do not let their squeals disturb your serenity. These are but simple peasants, sire.
What, is he fucking kidding?
Hey, asshole, up here. We're talking...
We're looking for Titus Hardy.
Wow. Real big dick cups.
Yeah, look at the big dick on that cop. Can't tell.
Must be something in the water in Jamrock.
Yeah, gave him real nice big...
Yeah.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better.
Do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the yard. Chances are they're going to match. Starting from the right, boot size wants the world to know he's a macho man. Tobacco chewing and knuckle cracking. Who else do we have here? Sitting on his right, standard working boots. Across at the other table, he spent his youth in Villalobos, a housing project in the Jamrock. And then, standard working boot, steel reinforced toe. The emblem on his vest says Rowing Club. A little patch below it, in the far corner, standard working boot, steel reinforced toes, size 44, 40-something, non-alcoholic beverage in hand. You squint. Is that a plectrum? On his neck. Forget it. It's not important. Let's call this one the musician. Size 41, with the light step. Not a child, after all. In the middle, heaving and wheezing. Big guy. Boot size 46, deep marks. Probably. In conclusion, these 7 are the actors on the crime scene. Exactly the missing lady driver who was running the drug trade. Does it mean the Hardy Boys are involved in the drug trade as well? Maybe. But hey, you've stood there for about 4 seconds, not saying...
The fuck is with you, fella? What are you talking about, man? Or...
Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think...
She? So there's an 8th Hardy, and it's...
Shut the fuck up, Glenn! I do the talking here.
So let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardy.
That's right. We're not talking. You're not cops here. Don't go dig...
Good. We are all watching each other. Officer, your question.
So, you're not just here to swing your big dick. You're here for the pretty boy. A real looker, that one. Stinks like shit, too.
They love him, boss. Spend all day digging around in there. Can't get enough of that pretty boy smell.
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
You mean these boots? We all got a pair. We wore them the night we took the...
Yeah. There's a catch hidden somewhere. He didn't confess so that you could take them all away. It's too simple.
There is no catch. These 7 honest men have all equally come forth to tell you what happened, so that you...
All 7 together. They're diluting responsibility. It's an anti-arrest.
How many people have you sent?
Chaise électrique is the method of capital punishment in Revachol under the Coalition. During the suzerain's reign, it used to be the firing squad.
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years.
The River Esperance Correctional Facility, a military prison run by the Coalition, dubbed Reunion by the inmates. The origin of the name is unknown.
Rest assured, lawman. None worse than our guy. He got what was coming.
Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could...
A trick question. Don't let her lead the conversation.
That's for the courts in Les Jardins to decide. What you can do right now...
No. We'll stay here and discuss what happened that night.
You don't have to keep...
I know, Lizzie. Relax.
Known him?
Yeah!
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy?
By the Pines cow, you mean Joyce Messier? The representative for White Pines?
No. I mean the Pines cow. Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interest.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't wait.
Didn't they teach you...
The autopsy showed there were no...
The lieutenant goes in for the leg sweep. Titus does not see it coming.
Look. I'm not gonna play 20 questions with you, capo. I'll say it again. We killed...
Yeah, I knocked him out. Came up...
That's...
Make them a bit more uncomfortable first. Then see if it all adds up.
My fucking elbow, Copper. Samaran boxing style.
Samaran boxing. Or Sam. He may be lying, but he's good at it. No twitching.
Right fucking here. The fucker started coming to our bar. Asking for it.
Titus is solid as a rock, and so are a few others. But... Elaine, who looks like he might be Titus. This little rat-faced fellow, him neither. Mostly keeps to...
No.
Of course he's having trouble breathing. Just look at how fucking fat he is.
Fuck off.
Keep your eye on this powerful guy. Sooner or later, he's going to break like a piece of twig.
And fuck you, too, Copper.
This one is a stone wall. You won't get more out of them about the night of the murder.
Like what, Copper? Why? 'Cause he was worthless. And he stepped out of line.
What kind of...
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experience.
A live grenade.
I can't prove it, but I know.
'Cause one night, he walked straight up to the mic and said, "I'm on her knees, goddamn..." Yeah, really. Had a gin and tonic up there?
We couldn't believe it either. But he...
Sire, this is a serious violation of the karaoke code. From rape to harassment to threats of violence. Why the strange?
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over. That was before he started.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started coming here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls. Grabbed one of ours mid-karaoke.
He grabbed someone?
Yeah. This girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl. Show me your cunt! Why don't you show me your cunt?
Aren't you fuck...
Yeah, me and Eugene got around. Aren't you fucking lit?
There's something. Seems like they don't want to talk about that rape Titus mentioned. Why not? This is a
No.
There's nothing you can do for now. He's stonewalling you. It's almost an
Not in the arrest.
By your side, the lieutenant keeps his hand away from his holster. You hear the nylon of his coat hiss as he steps closer. While the little rat-faced man reaches into his sleeve, there's a knife in there. Some of the others reach for their belts. Their eyes are light.
Look, coppers. I know you think you're doing your job here.
That's an Easter 50, a Ziemsk-made monstrosity. It'll blow your head. The last thing you hear is a little murmur. Not a blast, not an echo. No one screams. It's more dead cops. Sad news from the district of Martinez as the bodies of 2 police officers are found.
This is where you say your bit.
He and his... Hey, do not let their squeals disturb your serenity. These are but simple peasants, sire.
What?
Hey, asshole.
Well, look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do starting 1 and size 41 in conclusion exactly the missing lady driver who was running the drug trade. Does it mean the Hardy Boys are
The fuck is with you?
Once and then the M in the far corner, standard working boot size in conclusion exact.
The fuck is with you, fella? Why do you... Or...
Actually...
Shut the...
So let...
You're not...
Start and the M in on his... Let's call this size in conclusion exact.
The fuck is with you, fella?
So... They love him, boss. Spend all day...
Funny. But my partner and I have...
You mean these boobs? We all got... Yeah.
There's a catch hidden somewhere.
There is no catch?
All 7 together.
How many people?
Shares
Or send them to reunion to rot.
the
Rest assured, lawman. None worse.
Are you... Do you...
a trick question.
That's what
No, no.
you don't...
I know, Lizzie.
No... Yeah!
Quiet. No. Why don't you...
That's...
How many people?
Or send them to reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
Rest assured, lawman. Why? I am. The kind...
Alive?
Nah.
Cause one...
Really?
Yeah.
So, this is a serious violation of the character.
To kill us all.
Yeah.
He grabbed...
Yeah. Show me your con...
Aren't you?
Yeah.
This seems like they don't want to talk about.
No.
There's nothing you can do for now. He's stonewalling you.
We hang...
Didn't they?
The autopsy showed...
The lieutenant goes...
Yeah. That's right.
Make them a bit more uncomfortable first. Then see if it all...
My fucking...
Samurai, he may be lying.
Right fucking...
Yeah, man. Weren't you listening?
Titus is solid as a rock. And...
Of course.
Fuck off.
Keep your eye on this powerful guy.
And fuck you.
This one is a stone wall.
Like what, Copper? Yeah, lawman.
It's all
Not in the...
by your side, while the little rat-faced man reaches into...
Look, Coppers. I know you think you're doing your job here.
That's an Easter 50, a Ziemsk-made monster.
The little guy? You're the little guy now.
So, little guy, you had some questions?
Yeah, little questions.
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just...
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us. Real law officials. You're lucky you didn't get a beating. Like hell you have. There is no local drug trade. This place is as clean as a rifle. Go back to Jamrock and ask the local junkies how clean your streets are in Precinct 41 Kilos.
We'll do that. In the meantime, did you know that there's an abandoned lorry at the intersection that was used to move raw ingredients for drug? The person driving it was present at the hanging. It was one of you. We've connected the footprints.
The thought forms in your head, like a lightning strike branching in the sky.
That's a mighty interesting theory. I guess that's what you would need to do, theoretically. A big...
Yeah, man. Theoretically, that's what you...
You would need good, trustworthy people to take their place, of course. Hardy men to run such a monopoly. For the good of the community. Thank you.
Titus, I'm amazed. Where is the same professionalism when it comes to other topics you're doing?
I don't know, Lizzie. I guess theoretical things don't make me emotional.
Not quite yet, Mr. Hardy. There were 8 sets of...
My answer is... fuck off.
And here...
I know! Fatty walked on all fours. He's so fucking fat he left 2 sets of footprints.
Despite everything...
Go fuck your mom, Dennis.
That's more like it, boys. You heard him. It was Angus on all fours. Anything else you need to know?
Yeah. By friends, you mean his...
Wouldn't want to beat up his grandma.
This is what happens if you take the law into...
Let them come. The Hardy boys are right fucking...
You heard the man. Right here.
Yeah. I will...
The mood is on the rise. They're feeling confident. Ready to punch out the whole
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
We're not bees. We're men. We're...
Easy, E. He's trying to phase you. So are the local gangs. The fucking...
Yeah. What are they now, huh? Send back to Madre in an air.
These people are trained military professionals.
No, they're not. They're uncoordinated and drunk. We know. We got weapons of our own. We got Ister 50s. Zila got... I guess we're gonna...
That was an unsure phrasing.
Yeah. Like you've been up against ceramic armor. You haven't even seen the whole suit, right? I've seen the whole fucking thing. Big fucking surprise. What do you mean, okay? No, they won't. Get out.
All he means is that...
No wonder you cops get shot to shit every day. Can't go to war with an attitude like that. It's you again. What is it?
Establish authority. Yes. Authority. Feverish thoughts race through your mind.
The law.
Yeah. Aren't you listening? It's done.
For God's sake, stop shouting! Stop breaking things in my establishment! Stop provoking those oafs! They're not going to give you anything, can't you see? I can't have a police interrogation in here. People are trying to eat.
Easy, babes. What is this? I can't...
Everyone can see you picked some wrong options. Next time you have to come up with better things to say.
It's you again. What is it?
This time it's going to work. You already ruled out the...
Why?
This is not... I'm afraid it's not what you think it is either.
What?
But I don't want to give you my...
The fuck is...
Easy, Shanks. I want to see where this is going.
Police job? Be careful, it's loaded.
Good. Now put it in your mouth.
What are you doing?
Genuine panic fly.
Fellas, you getting any of this? Fellas, the cop is really threatening to off himself. This is insane.
No, that is not what is happening. This show is unnecessary. Give me my gun, now.
He's desperately trying to offer a counter-narrative.
What in the name?
Acidic taste on your lips. Corrosive. Once as a child, you put your tongue against the rail. It was winter.
The fuck?
Nothing. Give me the gun.
He's not.
No. He'll do it. Go ahead.
Kisses, kisses, kisses.
We'll solve the case. Look at me.
Inside the small mechanism.
Yeah.
You won't, man. His fucking balls ain't big enough.
Thank you. Nothing to worry about here, people.
Dark? What the fuck was that, you carnies? We haven't seen...
I knew he wasn't gonna do it, though.
No. I still have my money on him. Sooner or later.
Do not think your failed suicide attempt will...
Again, it was a dark joke. What in the name of hell was that supposed to be? The theatrical suicide attempt. Yes, well, I was able to recon... I understand you sometimes... We can't have RCM officers going around putting guns in their mouths. We can't afford to have that image. Few institutions can. Yes.
Oh, hello, dear. Oh, my. Well, whatever...
Yo.
I hate to ask, but if...
The quest...
And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he... Oh, you're such a dear. Oh, yes.
It's a pseudoscience that attempts...
That's,
She's used to playing off such...
My apologies, ma'am.
It's not a hobby, dear. Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless.
The quality of research at Revacholian universities has been on the decline, but you doubt there was ever a time when cryptozoology was embraced by the academic elite.
Oh dear, I'm not sure where to... Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but... Oh, well, he's a bit...
The lieutenant pulls out his...
One other thing, he'll likely have... We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary...
She's skipping over some important parts. Perhaps you'll find out more later.
I hope I've been useful. Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating. But I shouldn't...
The lieutenant gives you a...
What else?
Ah, yes. Phasmatodium.
Where other phasmids imitate hence it's named the Insulindian phasmid.
I knew it. We're gonna be cheap.
It's not. It's simply elusive. Well, some teenagers making out in the reed saw one. They didn't know what it was, of course, but there was a brief article in a local newspaper about their encounter with a ghost insect that looks like the reeds. Of course, most Phasmid sightings turn out to be false alarms, but their description...
Enthusiasm has wiped the worry from her face. Her eyes...
I suppose I have some... No. Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into cryptozoology for them. Yes, it can blend in almost perfect. Oh dear, I'm afraid. Morel can explain it all much better. I wish you could hear him describe it. Then you'd understand, I'm sure. But then...
The water lock. That was broken. Could this be it?
Oh, sweet Gary's as loyal as they come. Oh my. What happened to the water lock? Oh, now you're just having fun.
You're welcome.
I hate to ask.
The quest...
And if you see him, oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie. Surely things can't be that bad. You know where we are, right? That's right. And where is... Yes, indeed. We are in the fine... The new disco dancing. It seems like much has changed. Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes? Perhaps, dear, perhaps.
The lieutenant's...
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government? No, sadly not. Revachol is what's called a zone of control under an alliance of...
Meaning, buying is voting.
Oh dear. And you were doing so well. There aren't really any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter, but we should stop for today, sweetie.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are
Someone more...
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a police officer.
Of course. Then, I don't know, but thank you, sweetie. You did make me forget about...
You're an enthusiastic...
We don't have time for Cryptozoology 101. Let...
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust. As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. Okay, it's definitely not his name. Whatever you do, please don't call him Garansi Kub. The man puts his cup down and replies something. The man keeps shaking his head.
I don't think he understands, officer. We need... He's from Grad.
With the mention of the word, he's from Grad. People from Grad don't mind if they're called by their national derogatives. It's okay to call him a Koiko.
Why am I the... Doesn't matter. I don't think he understood us anyway. He wouldn't be smart. What are you doing?
The cook looks at you, doing the charade. The cook says something. It's quite...
Oh, no. Body no fit fridge. Fridge more. No.
Okay, we have our answer. It won't fit. We need a bigger fridge.
The mention of mañana gets his attention. He smiles and delivers a whole slew of unfamiliar words and lively gestures. The man says a couple... I'm pretty sure he doesn't know your language. You can just say something cool in return.
Boars need more vodka?
Okay, so it's vodka.
Of course, vodka. Now, turning it up seems like a dangerous idea, honestly. The place is The cook gives you a long, disappointed look, then turns the stove off and seems to wait for you to speak. He smiles. It's almost like music, especially with the sound. You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue. The cobalt blue surface, old cobalt paint, rough on the fingers. It leads to a side building, adjacent to this one. The door does not budge.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads? Eccentric. But okay, I suppose we could... Gart is the person...
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles.
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste Okay, here. Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better.
Oh man, that's like...
He chooses to believe what's best for her.
Oh, you know. Tommy Leham's gonna be a musician.
The correct grammar is Tommy Lahom.
Tommy Lom was taken. My real name's Jerry Lafitte. Tommy's way better.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm. Your best verse? You don't even have a bad verse in here. Just tell me.
That's brutal, man. But you know...
No, stop. He's already mortified.
That's,
In the name of God, what are you doing?
Yeah, I get... Yeah, I get it. These are your rhymes. They're from your life. Doesn't matter if they're...
He's not lying.
Yes, and I also thank you for stopping. We have a murder investigation to return to.
Ease into it. Don't go too far. This seems like a personal matter.
You really are the law, aren't you?
Just like that, he slipped.